Hello viewers, welcome to my channel. This is Geeta. This session is for class 10 mathematics, chapter 1 real numbers. The topic we'll be discussing is 1.4 revisiting rational numbers from page number 11. From page number 11, we have completed exercise 1.2. Now let's discuss about 1.4. A number S or something is called irrational. A number is said to be irrational if it cannot be written in the form of P by Q. So some of the examples of irrational numbers are root 2, root 3, root 15, pi, minus root 2 by root 3. And any decimal number that does not terminate or repeat. In this case, 0.10110111011, here the number, and this is a decimal number, it doesn't terminate or it doesn't repeat. It just keeps on going. So this type of numbers are known as irrational numbers. Now, on page number 12, theorem 1.3, let P be a prime number. So P is a prime number. And if P divides A square, then P will also divide A, where A is a positive integer. A will be a positive integer. This is an important theorem. The point you have to remember is, if P divides A square, then P will also divide A. Now let's solve this theorem 1.4. Root 2 is irrational. So whenever they are asking like this, they will just start with the assumption that contrary. This is known as proof by contradiction. Contradiction is nothing but the opposite. So in this case, if they are asking us to prove root 2 is irrational, we just have to assume that root 2 is rational, which is the opposite of irrational. And we should proceed. Now let's solve this problem. This problem is from page number 12, theorem 1.4. We have to prove that root 2 is irrational. So this problem is similar to page number 13, example 9, root 3 is irrational, and exercise problem 1.3, question number 1, root 5 is irrational. So this question can also be like root 7 is irrational or root 27 is irrational, whatever it can be. But whenever the number is like this, you have to just follow the steps. These are the same steps which you will be following for all the problems. First step is to prove root 2 is irrational. This is the first step. Now, second step is assume. So let's assume root 2 is rational. So when we say root 2 is rational, which means root 2 is equal to A by B. It can be rational is something which can be written as a fraction. So A by B, where A and B are integers and B is not equal to 0, and we can also assume that A and B are co-prime. Co-prime in the sense where A and B, these two numbers, as a HCF equals 1. If this A and B doesn't have the factor as 1, then it can prove that root 2 is irrational. So if HCF is equal to 1, then this is rational. If HCF is not equals to 1, then it is irrational. Okay. Now, this is second step. Now the third step. So, root 2 is equal to A by B, which means A equals root 2 into B. Cross multiplication. This goes there. So a equals root 2 into b. Next step is squaring both sides. So this one we have to square on both sides. So a square equals, so root 2 be the whole square, which means a square equals root 2 into root 2 is 2 and b square is b into b is b square. So this is the value we have got for a square. So this is first equation. Now from this we can find b square. So b square equals a square by 2. This 2 goes down here. So a square by 2. This is the second equation. We know that from theorem 1.3, if a square is divided by p, if a p divides a square, then p also divides a. So from theorem 1.3, we know that if p divides a square, p is some integer 2. So if it divides a square, then it also divides a, which means a by 2. So we can say that there is some value of which is equals a by 2. C equals a by 2. From this a equals cross multiplying 2c. Now substitute this value of a in equation 1. Value of a is 2c. So we'll substitute this in equation 1. So 2c the whole square equals 2b square. So from this we know that 2c the whole square equals 2b square, which means 2 square is 4. You can either write directly like that or you can write just 2 into 2, which is 2 square, and into c square equals 2b square. So from this we know that c square equals 2b square divided by this 2 into 2 goes down here. So 2 into 2. So 2 cancel, which means b square by 2. C square equals b square by 2. So from this we know that 2 also divides b square, which means it also divides b by 2. It's again from by the theorem 1.3. When p divides a square, then it also divides a. When p divides b square, then it also divides b, which equals b by 2. So from this we know that both a and b as factor 2, because 2 divides both a and b, which means what we have assumed here is HCF will be 1, common factor 2, which means the HCF will not be 1. A and B are not co-prime. So by contradiction, root 2 is irrational. So this is the step which you are going to follow for this type of problems. First we have to assume root 2 as rational. So the step is root 2 equals a by b, which is rational, and a and b are co-prime. Now we have to cross multiply, so by which we can find a. So a equals b root 2, assuming it as rational. So that is the first step. And second step is we have to cross multiply and find a equals to b root 2. Third step is squaring on both sides. That is the third step. And from this we get 2b square equals a square. Since 2 divides a square, then by theorem 1.3, 2 also divides a. So we are taking, which means c equals a by 2. So therefore a cross multiplication. So by that we get a equals 2c for some integer c. Now what we are doing is substituting the value for a. We have to substitute the value of a as 2c in the equation this. So substitute 2b square equals 2c square. So we get 2b square equals 2c the whole square, which means 2 times is 4 and c into c is c square. 2b square equals 4c square, and by this we can get b square equal to 2c square, which means we have to keep b on this side. So b square is equals 4c square by this 2 comes down here. So 2 1 times 2 times, so which square means b square equals 2c square. So c square equals b square by 2. So c square equals b square by 2, which means 2 divides b square. 2 divides b square. So 2 also divides b. That is from using theorem 1.3. Now a and b both have 2 as a common factor. So but this contradicts the fact that a and b have a common factor. That is what we have taken the thing. No common factors other than 1, which means co-prime. We have assumed that a and b are co-prime, but it is not like that. So this contradiction has arisen because of our incorrect assumption that root 2 is rational. So this is incorrect. Therefore, we conclude that root 2 is irrational. This step is the important step you have to mention.
Thank you for watching. If you have any doubts, please let me know in the comments, and please subscribe to get the regular updates. Thank you.